welcome back to Fattie McFatville Friday.
The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I...
Hello everyone and welcome back to another Friday. Ooh, next week, Thanksgiving. Wow, it has creeped up just like a creeper. It just snuck right in and it's like, hi, hello, holidays, here we are, ready or not, here we is. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm just like, felt like it was still summer. I'm still stuck in June. I don't know why. It's like from June to now is like a blur. Is that bad? It's like, where did those months go? What happened? Was I on autopilot? Was I just getting through? It's like I woke up today and I like really woke up. Is that strange? It's weird. Yes. You ever felt that way? I do, because I'm like, where did those months, what happened in those months? How did I get here? Yeah, some amnesia, I guess, I've had these last few months. Yeah. As you can see, I am home. That never occurs. Really, on a Friday? Rosie's school and several schools in the area here were on a 2-hour delay this morning. We had major rain. Oh, it's been awful since the weekend, all week. Today's been the first day with no rain. And yesterday was the worst rainy day that we've had. And it was cold, and it's cold right now. I mean, it's winter cold to me. I'm sure y'all in Canada and other places, I know y'all, that's cold. But to me, this is cold. You know what the temperature is, but it's cold. It's too cold for now, to me. And so, all the rain that we've had, last night got down into the 20s, so that creates black ice or a little bit of ice problem for the morning commute for the schools and stuff. So they were on a 2-hour delay. So when we have that here, since I go to work an hour away, usually we don't have Rosie to go. She would go to my parents' house or whatever. So that's what we planned on doing when I was going to go to work. Well, this morning Rosie wasn't feeling well. She came and climbed the bed and said that she felt like she was going to throw up. So she's been really sick on her stomach, and I'm not 100%. I have had headache a little bit. I've had that for really the past 2 weeks. And you know, my voice, which this morning it sounded really bad. It's like as the day progresses, it gets a little better. But I've had mucus up from the chest, which is terrible. So that kind of like, you hear it? Oh my God. Like a smoker's cough. Yeah. That type of issue. So, and she has that too as well. So I was like, forget it. I'm not dragging you out into the cold and wet to drive an hour so I can go to work. So I had someone work in my place, and we are here. We're home. She's resting. You know me. I can't really rest. That's just how I am. Not really one to sit down for long periods of time. I need to. But since I've had a day to be here, I'm like, okay, I got laundry to catch up. That's a whole nother story too. Yeah, we come here to talk about weight loss, but really come here to talk about life today. Because this plays a part in why I emotionally eat. We're getting to the root of it today. What I've always said, this is true life, real life. You never know what a week is going to bring, and it's how you handle it. Handled it a lot better than I had the past 2 months, so yay for that. But we did not have water for 3 or 4 days. Yeah, 3 or 4 days. We could, it wasn't turned off. We could use it, but not let a whole lot go down the drain, and be careful about flushing the toilet. But showers and things like that we could not do unless we plugged up the tub and then like slowly let it out. It's ridiculous. So something with our septic tank, and it was coming up, water was coming up through the floor in the bathroom. So it was making the laminate flooring in there soggy, brittly, spongy. That's the word. Like you're going to fall straight through the ground. So had to call the landlord, get a plumber to come. Finally got that squared away, I think. So laundry's piled up to the hills. You know, all that grand stuff. It's just, hooray! That is life. That's life. You know, you never know. It's like there's seasons in your life when everything starts to break. We brought a fan in to dry up the floor. It blew up. I was like, what's that smell? I smell something burning. It's the fan. It's like, throw it out. The dryer takes 4 times to dry. There's issues with it. It's like, oh boy. Yeah, oh boy. Like what else? Had the van in the shop, last week? You put water in it and the water was just leaking out. My car is either a front alignment issue or the tires. So my car slides when it rains sometimes. Very scary. Did I tell you about me hydroplaning like a few weeks ago? Oh yeah, that was, my soul leaped out above me and I was peering at myself in the car. Yes, that's a bad moment when your soul comes out of your body. Yeah, you can't have too many of those. It's like a cat with 9 lives. Once you've done that, I say 3 times, you're dead. That's it. Your soul cannot leap out that many times and come back. Mine did that when I hydroplaned, and whoa, I thought that was it. It's like, this is the big one. I'm coming. That's it. Oh gosh. Then it makes you scared to drive it at all in the rain, and then that's all we had this whole week was rain. It's like, being tested, being tried, but I shall overcome in the name of Jesus. So let's talk about how my week went as far as eating. Okay, the weekend, still trying to get the weekends under control. Why? Why do I think the weekends are a free-for-all? I didn't binge, and I didn't really free-for-all like I have the past 2 months. Didn't like eat everything in sight, but I just did not eat some of the right things, and I knew it as I'm eating it. You know what I mean? Okay, come Monday, back on track, feeling great. Had my shake for breakfast, had it for lunch, because I worked on my own on Monday, and she was out of school Monday too. Been a lot of that here lately. But then for dinner, and I can't even remember what we had for dinner. I might have picked up a rotisserie chicken because I know I couldn't cook. So I ate good. I did good Monday. Tuesday, great during the day. Same thing Wednesday, Thursday. And today I had a shake, and then I haven't had anything else yet. It's not lunchtime yet. So, okay, I do great during the day, right? While I'm at work, when I'm on like my routine, driving in, drink my shake, feel good, get my protein and get my vitamins. I need that. It just gives me my energy to start my day. It's just what I'm used to. And I take kind of something like this, but it's a tall thing. I think I've showed it to you before. I put water in it. It's almost like a liter full of water. I drink on that like all day and some more water. So I was back with the water, feeling so good. flushes you out. I'm telling you, water, great. Dinner times. Get back home, not doing so well at home on the dinners. I don't know. So little steps at a time, getting back here on track. And then it scares me where I truly feel like I'm getting there, getting right back on track this week. Just got to get dinner under control because like I even ate noodles last night. I've made spaghetti many times on this diet throughout the year, and I always set me some aside and just eat the sauce with, spaghetti squash. I even had zucchini noodles, but did I whip them out? No. So yeah, and then even felt sick on my stomach too, like she said, her being sick, So I'm like, well, maybe something was wrong with what I fixed. It serves me right for eating noodles because I'm not supposed to have them. So, got to get the nighttime under control. Daytime's back on track. Thank God. Back on track. Nighttime, kind of rocky. So, why? That's what I was reading up on this week. Really, I know why we emotionally eat. I get it, clearly, from the stresses in life. And I was really looking up about that phrase about emotionally eating to numb those feelings, to numb ourselves, like it being our drug. And I'm thinking, does it really suppress those feelings? Like, I know it does mentally, but does it really do it, what's the word I'm trying to say? Does it really do it like a drug does? Because food is my choice of drug. I'm not out there doing cocaine or crack or, whatever else. I'm not doing that. But this is like no different than me going on a food binge or someone going on a drug binge or an alcohol binge. So I've started looking it up. They said emotional eating is our Novocaine. Numbs you for that moment. Everything disappears. And it does. Y'all know it. Y'all emotionally eat. That's why most of y'all are here, because you've been on a weight loss journey, or you still are. Of the mindless eating, it just melts away. Even though you know in the back of your mind, I'm not supposed to have this. I'm going to regret this later. Then just in that moment, you're like, whatever. Because that's what I do. That's what I say. And then I eat the cake or eat the pasta or eat the bread. Those are things I'm not supposed to have. Whatever it is you're not supposed to eat, or that go-to things that you go to when you do binge eat. Maybe it's bags of chips or, whatever. Sometimes I'm feeling savory. Sometimes I'm feeling sweet. It's just like, I don't know. I can't understand, the pattern of which ones I'm going to want at that time. It's just in that moment of weakness, in that moment of, I got to have this to get by for this very moment. And when you don't have your mind under control, you just dive right in. That's what I've done. So, and then it numbs. It is like Novocaine. I have found out that it really does. It's like I knew this, but the way these people explained it, that I was reading this article, is, when you're eating high-fat things, high sugary things, sugar is a drug. Caffeine is a drug. High salt intake. All these things do what? Renee, they affect your blood pressure. They affect your mental. Because, I've had too much caffeine before and I get a headache. But then a certain amount of caffeine, it gives you the right amount of energy. That's why people drink energy drinks, and why I drink my protein shake, because I need the proper vitamins and things. It levels you off, or it makes you way up here, or it can make you drop off down to the bottom. So it's like, now I'm thinking that puts it so in perspective of food is fuel. It is our fuel, and the right combination fuels us in the right way. The wrong combinations send us into that numbing stage, that Novocaine us up to cover up the pain, to cover up the sadness we're feeling, to cover up, I can't take the stresses of my life because my car is about to break down, my water's off, fighting with my husband or my spouse, or I'm not making enough money. I can't make ends meet. How am I going to do this? This and that, constant, just back and forth in your mind, things you cannot control. That's the things that stress me out the most. I like to be in control. I like to have a handle on things. But there's some things in life we got to place in God's hands. We can't control it because what else can we do? There's nothing else we can do. There's sometimes we worry so much about things that don't even happen or don't even occur, but we're worried that they're going to. So you stuff it all down to cover up that emotional stress you're under, to cover up that pain or whatever it is. We want that Novocaine at that moment. But the thing with Novocaine is it doesn't last. Novocaine only numbs it for those moments, for that time where you're not supposed to feel that pain. When you're having surgery, they give you Novocaine, or like you got a toothache or whatever they're trying to fix or whatever. They shoot you up with that stuff so you don't feel what's happening at that moment. But it wears off. Once they're done and they've done all that, the pain is still there. That's the thing. That's the thing even with when you're taking ibuprofen or you're taking Tylenol or aspirin. It just covers up the pain. But the pain is still there. You can't feel it, but it's still there. And you have to deal with that pain. Just covering it up ain't going to make it go away. You see? So that Novocaine, when we eat that food, like it's a Novocaine, just for that moment, Novocaine wears off, but the eating remains. You still got to eat, no matter what. That's the thing, different to me than being on drugs or alcohol or whatever. There's moments where you can lay that aside, but you always have to eat to live. So this is one hard thing to overcome and get it right sometimes. And it does take time. I'm learning so much. I hope you are too. Never stop learning because, that saying, it is, knowledge is power. It is to set you free on whatever it is that you need to know about in this situation, my weight loss, how to get there, how to keep going, what I need for today. I look it up, I'll ask questions, learn more, and then I'm realizing so much of, that's what food, the wrong choices I make over and over and over and over with it, does this to my body. It's like, it tastes good, looks good, smells good, covering up my pain for that moment, but what is it really doing to me on my body? It does make your blood pressure this, and then you can have diabetes, you can have other issues, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all those type of things. If you keep up that journey of weight gain, of not getting it right, the way I've been going for so many years, if I keep that up, I'm not going to be here for my child. So that's what I need for today. That's what I have to ask myself every day when I wake up. And I have to remind my own self, okay, listen here, Renee. What do I need for today? What I've got to get through today? I got to tell myself, remind myself, I've got a little girl in there that needs me to take care of her. I have people who care about me. I have goals in life. I have this or that. I want to be healthy. I want to wear nice clothes and things that I want. And I have to settle for second or last best on the rack because I can never fit into what I want, or, on and on and on. But number one, I want to be there for my child. I have to remind myself that every day. I've said that on here before, but that's what I need today to remind myself to get through today. And whatever it is you need to remind yourself every day. And I'm telling you, I just read, I should have had it here today. I think it's out in my camper. But when we wrote down and we had the episode on here about non-scale victories. I have to remind myself of those non-scale victories that I've already had, or the weight I have already lost this year. Even though I may have gained some of it back these past 2 months, but I have not gained back 63 pounds. And that's what I have to keep telling myself. Yes, I've had a setback. Yes, I've had a failure. But I have not ruined the whole process yet. So you need to put that yet in there to remind yourself, get back on it. Get back on track. You keep on going like you were these past 2 months, then you are going to gain all of it back that you did this year and waste another year. So I have to smack myself sometimes too and get on to myself and remind myself that, and then remind myself that I have not gained back 63 pounds. So I'm going to tell you, it's been a mental battle. Even this past week, I feel so fat again. It's okay to say that. We can say that about ourselves. Don't let someone else say it. Oh, you're looking fat again. Excuse me? I say it to myself because that's how I felt. I look down at my stomach and I'm like, you should have already been gone by now. It's a hard place to be. But then I look back on my starting picture and I'm like, no, how was I even any bigger than what I am now? How is that possible? You know? So I have come a long way. And to be able to get back on here after failing like I have and admit it and to say it too. It's an everyday process. Every day. So that's what I need for today, is to remind myself of those things. And you need to do that for yourself too. If you're in a failure, if you're in success, you keep going. Keep on going. Don't stop. Never give up. I say that every time. Never give up. And I'm never giving up. Never. Going to keep on going. Success and Thanksgiving ain't going to scare me because, I'm going Thanksgiving shopping either later today if we feel okay to go do it, or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. And I'm making my list and I'm just like, oh man. Thanksgiving, the day to nationally feast. It's like, going to keep it under control. Going to keep it under control. Going to keep it under control. I need to write that on the chalkboard. When you get in trouble at school, write that on the chalkboard 1,000 times. I'm going to keep it under control for Thanksgiving. Oh, well, I hope you guys, that's what I wanted to say today. Invent about. Halfway there, back on track. Halfway. Got to get it together at night. I really do. And the weekend. This weekend wasn't as bad. I have to say that. It really wasn't, because I did have a customer who passed away Saturday. I don't know if I've talked about her here on the channel before. Her name was Janet, and she suffered from cancer for many, many years. And she's actually made it through till Saturday from this whole past year, when she found out it had come back again, and it just started. I can't even remember all the places. I'll probably get it wrong, but I'm pretty sure she said somewhere in her lung and then somewhere else, or there's something, I think, in her brain. It just started spreading everywhere. And when it does that, it's time. And she knew that. And so I saw her go from going out and about, walking around, to being bedridden. In the bed, in the hospital bed, and hospice being called in there at the end. And but boy, she was surrounded by family. She had so much family that came in and out and about. Her daughters and her sister-in-law and sisters and her husband, they all just took such great care of her. And so she finally passed away Saturday, so I had to go Sunday morning. That's why I did not get to do a singing Sunday. It's a very busy Sunday with that. They had it last minute. They are Jewish, or she was Jewish, so they believe, to bury the dead, the funeral's the next day. That's just how they do. They don't linger about it, and then they have their wake and 7-day whatever it's all called. I'm not sure. I just learned about a lot of that from her sister. She was talking about it. So I went Sunday morning and I cleaned up their house and their areas where they were going to all come back after the funeral. So then I had to go after that to church to do the Christmas program practice. So it was just didn't happen this week. And then with our water and all the others, just that's the story of my life. It's never a dull moment around here. Never a dull moment, that's for sure. So keep her family in your prayers as they're going through I don't like to say losing her, because she's gone on and to a better place than where we're at, but lost her here on earth. So just keep them in your prayers, the Hunt family. All right, everybody. I hope you have an amazing Friday. And coming up here on Thanksgiving, we got a lot to be thankful for, that's for sure. I know I do. In the midst of all my stresses or life and any of this or on my journey, I'm still very blessed, I have to say. I cannot say that I'm not. And I'm very grateful and thankful for what I do have and the people I do have in my life. And I never, ever want to take that for granted. And I am so very thankful to have YouTube and have you guys as well. Even though some of you I've never ever met, I have connected personally with some of you a little more on Facebook, and even got some of your personal numbers. We text or different stuff. I've wrote letters and things. I've really enjoyed being on here. I really have, and love you guys so much. You encouraged me so much. You let me vent. You let me be stupid and crazy, and I just love it. I don't know how I would get through this journey, especially without having this channel here. So I thank y'all so much. So y'all be blessed, and I will see you on this Singing Sunday. That is for sure. Oh, yes. All right, everybody. Love you so much. See you later.